Hi friends, I'm making bread, but I saw a video earlier of somebody asking, how do you even start decluttering your kitchen? Where do you even start? And that got me thinking, let me do a video on where I would start and exactly what I would do if I was decluttering my kitchen again while I make bread. First things first, we put the hair up. Okay, I'm ready to talk now. I think the first thing we have to remember is that the kitchen is probably one of the most used spaces in the home, all right? There is always so much flow in and out of the kitchen, and it's a little trickier to think about the doodads and the gadgets and all of this stuff because you might have something you use twice a year, but why would you get rid of it when you still use it twice a year? So we have to keep these things in mind when we're starting in the kitchen. When I started decluttering my kitchen, I picked one singular drawer. It was the utensil drawer, and then I picked my bowls and plates and mugs. Those were the things that I always had a butt ton of to do dishes. So first off, look at your problem areas in your kitchen. Do you have a lot of dishes that maybe you could downsize on? But always starting small is going to be the best option. Find your drawer, declutter that drawer a little bit. Libby, what does that even mean, declutter that drawer? You have 12 forks in a drawer of the same size. Maybe you cut that in half. Maybe you have 7 knives of one kind, 4 knives of another. Pick which knives you want, donate the other ones. That's what I mean by declutter. So say you pick this drawer right here. Holy buckets, look at, we could do some work right here. I just got a brand new set of silverware for Christmas. I have the rest of the silverware back here because I'm really sad to part with it. But I would look at this and be like, hey, this is a full set of silverware. I can absolutely donate the rest of these. Now we can come to this miscellaneous drawer right here. Why do I have all these extra knives? This is a lid that my son has been looking for, and how we both have missed it, I have no idea. Go through this, pick out what you have extras of and what you haven't used, and get rid of it. See? I got rid of all of this stuff in my hand, and that's decluttered. All of that is still back there, and I will tell you why that's okay. So I am personally not ready to part with those silverware yet, okay? And that's okay. Decluttering is not a sprint. It is a marathon. It is something that we are going to be doing for the rest of our lives, essentially. So having to make a couple of passes through a drawer is not going to be the end of the world. Once you have tackled a small drawer and you feel ready to move on to something bigger, I moved on to my plates and my bowls. I have a set of fancy plates and I have a set of plastic kid plates. Now some people say just have a set of everything so that you can only dirty about 4 dishes at a time. You have to do what is realistic for you. You have to do what is going to work best for your family and for yourself. For me, it's never been realistic to only have one set of everything. Always do what works best for you. Once you've kind of gotten into a rhythm, you've decluttered your silverware drawer, you've decluttered your cabinet, maybe your next thing is moving on to something you have an abundance of. Like for me, it was my kitchen gadget drawer. I would have like 3 or 4 different spatulas, and 2 of them would probably have the same purpose, but maybe the other one had a different purpose. So I would be realistic with myself and say, okay, how many of these spatulas am I actually using to cook with? Or the quality, how many of these spatulas are good quality? How many of these did I just get from the dollar store? Which I did get a lot from the dollar store, but they lose their effectiveness very quickly over time. And also realizing that quality is always going to be better than quantity. So if you have a quality product, keep that one over the cheap one if you have multiple of them. This bread is going to go rest now. Once I had worked on that decluttering muscle with all of those things that I did, then and only then was I ready to tackle my mugs. I love a good mug. I would buy many mugs, okay? I had a nice stash of probably close to 50 mugs at one point. Now you see my home, it's 500 square feet, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Mugs were one thing that I was not going to give up, okay? But I did downsize probably to like 30 mugs before I moved in here. So how I got rid of those 20 mugs. First off, again, realistic with myself. Am I using every single one of these mugs at some point? No. There was mugs that were tiny. I don't like tiny little mugs. I would just kept them because they're cute. I'm not going to keep it just because it's cute. It's not functional. It's taking up space in a drawer. So I would donate the ones that were too small, and that was probably like 10 of them, all right? And then on the other hand, we had some that were too big. I'm like, okay, these are huge. Am I actually ever going to use some of these that are like giant bowls? I believe I was able to get rid of a couple of those. And then after that, it was just some of them that I had outgrown throughout the years. A lot of them were like from my, cowgirl era. I still have a horse. I still love him dearly. But I just am not in my cowgirl era anymore. So I was able to get rid of the ones that didn't really suit my style anymore. And now this bread will rest. And that left me with about all of these mugs. Do I know how many there are? No, absolutely not. I do not. But I kept the ones that my son really enjoyed, like these two. And I kept the ones that I really enjoy and I use often, okay? It says morning ritual. So I downsized my mugs pretty dang well. I never really thought that having a lot of mugs was taking up a lot of my mental space because I didn't have the space for them. Now, I would love to have a place where I could display all my mugs. I just don't have that. But I did it without hurting my own feelings or feeling forced to do it, because that is when I am going to stop immediately and not declutter anything, is if I feel forced or if I feel icky about it. That is why I say declutter in your own time, okay? Every single person is different. Don't let anybody rush you or push you unless you have to move at a certain deadline, because that sucks, and that's what I did. Now let's talk about the other stuff. The cookware. You've got the crock pots, you've got the blenders, you've got the food processors, we've got the mixing bowls, all of those things. If you are somebody who likes to cook, those things can be extremely challenging, which they were for me. So I allowed myself one set of everything because I had multiples of everything. I had like 4 or 5 crock pots. So I have a small crock pot now and then a bigger crock pot. Guess what? I barely use those crock pots. It's just the reality of the thing. Why did I have 4 before? I have no idea. Same with my blender. I had 2 hand mixers and a KitchenAid. I rarely use my hand mixer. I use my KitchenAid a lot, but I do keep my hand mixer because there are times it's better than my KitchenAid, but I didn't need to. So I got rid of one and kept the better quality one. Same with blenders, those little food blenders where you can make the smoothies. I had 3 of those. I kept the best quality one and got rid of the other 2 because I didn't need them. This might look different for everyone. Maybe you need 4 or 5 crock pots because you host. I don't host very much, so I don't need that many crock pots. You have to think about your lifestyle and what is going to work for your kitchen as well. Now, remember what I said about the things that we use like a couple of times a year or maybe once every 3 or 4 months. That is me with my food saver, my food processor, my cake decorating stuff. That is all stuff that I pull out maybe 2 to 3 times a year, but I still keep it because I'm still using it. Now, if it's something you haven't touched in 2 to 3 years and you don't see yourself realistically touching it, then it can go. Or if it's something your fantasy self really wants to use, but reality you hasn't used it in a long time, that's when we get rid of it. I don't remember which one of my subscribers told me, but when I was decluttering, they said, think about your fantasy self and your reality self and meet somewhere in the middle. And that has always helped me a lot. So like I said in the beginning, the kitchen is ever evolving. There's always new things coming out, old things being thrown out. It's always ebbing and flowing. It is the heartbeat of the house. So you have to do what works best for you and for your family and what you are going to realistically use and not use. So friends, thank you so much for your time today. Let me know in the comments what helps you declutter your kitchen, or what are some of your favorite kitchen gadgets that you have, because I love a good kitchen gadget. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Stay tuned if you want to see some funny bloopers, which you know you do.
B-roll.
Because Fantasy Libby, oh, she bakes everything from scratch. Everything is homemade. She cans. She gets to stay at home and tend to everything and then go get her son from school and make him a wonderful meal. And then we go, you know, watch documentaries and stay educated on the facts of the world today. So we're good humans. Or if, because I love being in the kitchen.